So it now gives me great pleasure to hand the meeting over to Nikki from Toronto, who will be sharing for around 50 minutes on the topic, the consciousness of your belief systems. Thanks, Nikki.
Thank you, Chanel. And I don't know if there's a timer, but I'll look. I'm just trying to do the math in my head. That means it's 22. Anyway, hi, everybody. I'm Nikki M, and I'm a grateful member of this program. And some of you are probably going, oh, I'm going to hear Nikki speak again. And when Chanel asked me, I thought, oh, I've been speaking a lot. So what topic do you want to speak about? And Chanel said, well, I'll get back to you. Let me pray about it. And then in the middle of the night, somehow, of course, my magic magnifying mind said, we all need to speak about the consciousness of our belief system. Why? That's why we're here. So let me qualify, first of all. Why am I qualified to come here and speak? And I want to thank everybody who does service, because without people who do service, there would be no meeting. So we need each other because we cannot do this alone. So I qualify because tradition 3 long form, yes, in every meeting. So again, everything I'm going to say is about the consciousness of not only our belief system, but what we've been programmed since we walked into the rooms of AA or any 12-step room, okay? So a lot of you will say, well, the only thing that we have to do is a desire to stop drinking. Okay, but if you're in AA, and I sponsor a lot of people in AA, if you just stop drinking, you're going to slowly die because it's more than a desire to stop drinking. It's a desire to have a new belief system. See, because if you do not have a new belief system, you will drink again. And not only will you drink again, you'll sleep with your best friend's husband. Oh, no, you won't. No, you may not do that, but you may eat a lot of bad food. You may cheat on your taxes. You may choose something other than your family because you work too much. I mean, this goes deep. So let's read the 3rd tradition because we are in AA, and let's read the long form because that's not the consciousness, I don't think, of what AA intended. They didn't just intend for us to come in and have a desire to just stop drinking. See, you cannot have a new belief system if you are blotting out your consciousness with alcohol. Yes, I'm going to talk about drugs because the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous talks about it. The big book of Alcoholics Anonymous talks about everything, including your sex life. So if you're in AA or you're listening to this recording at a different time, never tell anyone that's an outside issue because that's a lie from the pit of hell. AA covers every single addiction under the sun. And let's read it. Page 563 says, our membership. So, hi, I'm Nikki M, and I'm a member. And why am I a member? Because I said so. That's why. See, you have authority to do that too. Don't let anyone tell you you're not a member. Oh, and I'm hoping too, I don't know where Chanel went, but if my internet, oh, I see Liza Love there. If my internet goes weird, just give me a little thumbs up because see, the consciousness of my belief system had me believing they could send a man to the moon. But through working the 12 steps and staying here 13 years later and these Zoom meetings, I'm having trouble believing that because sometimes I can't get a phone call to my friends in the UK. Weird, isn't it? So let's go back to page 563. It says our membership ought to include all, not some, but all who suffer from alcoholism. See, the consciousness of my belief system now is that alcohol is not the problem, right? My belief system is the problem. It centers in my mind, new friends. New friends, some of you introduced yourself, and thank you for coming out and being our friends, because you're going to think it's the alcohol. You're going to think it's your ex-husband, your ex-wife, your government, if you're like me. Maybe you'll think it's the drugs or the food or your children. No, it's your belief system that's the problem. See, your belief system has you thinking the way to cope with life is by picking up alcohol, picking up drugs, picking up people, picking up money. See, we have a new belief system. So how do we get that new belief system? We become a member because we all suffer from the disease of alcoholism. Okay, so let's just establish that so far, because I want to stay on topic, because you're going to want to know what it was like. Nikki, you're here to talk to the people in AA. What was it like? I was going to kill myself. I was going to kill my lover. That's not how it started out. What was it like? Well, let's see. In utero, you want to start about when I was in my mom's belly and comes from the family disease of alcoholism? Do you want to go to when my mom was in utero, when the family disease of it? What was it like? It's been a shit show for generations and lineages. Are we awake here? See, because where did you get your belief system from, everybody? Let's start there. I got mine from my parents. Then I got it from my school system. Where'd you get your belief system? Oh, from your religion? Did you get it from your grandma and your grandpa? Did you get it from your community? Where did you get your belief system? See, this runs deep. This is not just about alcohol and drugs. This is about a new belief system and a new relationship with God, is what my book says. And in order to get a new belief system, you have to have a relationship with this power. Okay, this goes real deep. So what was it like? Well, we can all just read it from the book, page 52. Read it. Prey to misery and self-obsession. I don't like the word depression, because I'm just obsessed with myself when I'm depressed. What about me? What about me? What about me? Self. What about I? See, I'm going to go nice and slow, because for some reason you guys said I should talk for 50 minutes. So we got to take it nice and slow for our newcomers and for everyone here. So sit back and relax, because this is a lifestyle. And some of you will say, Nikki, you're going to scare the newcomer. And I'm going to say good, because a lot of newcomers in here think that they can just come in here and pick up chips. And I didn't see that instruction in my big book. Yes, we need to pick up chips for those that qualify to pick them up, to see that it can be done. You can say no to alcohol. You can say no to setting someone's house on fire when you're angry. You can say no to that married man at work. Like, this goes deep, because we're not talking about it in the rooms. Our recovery rates are so low. Why? Because no one has a new belief system. Some people in the rooms are still barely conscious. But I'm sober, Nikki, and I'm picking up my 20-year chip, and I want you to have a piece of my cake. Yes, but you're not conscious, friend. See, you don't put any money in the basket. And new friends, that's not what this is about. But if you're conscious, you will give back freely to the fellowship that gave so freely to you. You see, this goes deep. I love the people who are telling me how to be, but they're not working a program. See, the consciousness of your belief system says you have no opinion on outside matters, because we read the traditions in every meeting, but no one seems to practice them. So in the meeting I started, we don't read the traditions. We practice them. We don't even read the steps. Why? We practice them. It doesn't say these are the steps we took. And sorry, these are the steps we read and talk about. We don't just read and talk about these steps. We take these steps every day, all 12 of them. See, addiction doesn't always look like destruction. Sometimes your alcoholism looks like a routine. It looks like relief. Like, I'll just put a little this. I'll just blot out my consciousness with these sedatives so I can sleep. I'll just get up in the morning and blot out my consciousness with my text messages and this nasty food, because I'm not conscious to know that I have a spirit inside of me. Remember, the book says that you're going to find this power deep down inside, but my alcoholism life is my only normal life. See, it's my normal routine. It's my normal relief system. It's my normal escape. But none of us realize we're living in a cage. We're living in a cage. We're trapped in a bottle, in your bank account, in your social media, in your pants? Go deep. Are you trapped in the fridge, but you're sober off alcohol and you're not waking up your sponsees and then they're running around crying? I need Food Addicts Anonymous. You need your big book because the consciousness of your belief system says that you turn all things over. This is real deep. See, these are some truths that we have to accept, that our alcoholism is not a pleasure. It's a prison. It's a prison. See, remember, where do you get your belief system from? It's normal for us to see on the tell lies to your vision. Some of you guys are like me, over 50. Remember when they didn't have the internet and we'd sit home and watch soap operas? It was normal to watch affairs and drunken men in Texas throwing their wine glasses at their wives on Dallas. Remember? See, that's not normal. See, it's a prison to live like that. See, because what calms us down today, the drink, the all-you-can-eat buffet, the money, the ex-husband coming back that's a drunk and beats you still. See, what calms you in this moment is going to crush you tomorrow. Because remember, we're in the grip of a progressive illness. We get worse, never better. So you will be crushed by this tomorrow. So while you're sober today off your alcoholism and you're gaining, oh, I've only gained 20 pounds, drift your sponsees and yourself out. Because what calms you today, your couple bites, your couple scrolls, your couple kisses, it's going to crush you tomorrow when he doesn't want you anymore, Nikki, and you're planning a homicide suicide. You see? You see what just started out with, I'll just have a little of this. I'll just have a touch of that. Turns out to, I can't live without it. I'm at the jumping off point. Make sense? See, every time I go back and get a little bit more, I lose myself, don't you? I lose the consciousness of my belief. And the consciousness of your belief system, go and look, everybody, some of you, and I'm looking at one of you, my friend, you're a grandma. And when that baby, yeah, I see you smiling, yes. And when that baby comes out, like they're pure love, that's the consciousness of our belief. But then we program these little people, don't look, don't talk that way, sit down, ask to go to the bathroom, shut up, don't, you see the programming goes deep. And we have gotten off track in the 12 steps of Alcoholics Anonymous because the only programming in here says follow the instructions, not what does my sponsor say? It says ask God. It doesn't say call my sponsor. It says I'm beyond human aid. So why do I need to go back to a rehab? Miss, I've been in 7 rehabs and you're on here. Yep. They want your money. They want to body broker you. They'll separate you from your alcohol, but they will not give you a new belief system. The only way to do that is make a decision every day to turn your life, your thinking, your actions, your entire system over to this power. And the book says it's loving. It says it's loving. So why are you guys in fear? See, you haven't had a new belief system. Okay, another thought, you can't build your best self by running away. Think about that one. How many of you guys have come into the rooms and went away only to come back years later? I just got fired the other day from a girl. We met in Al-Anon 13 years ago, of course, because it's not our problem. It's our alcoholics' problems. Meanwhile, you get into Al-Anon and you stay in these rooms long enough, you're going to find out that you don't just have a family problem. You have a self problem. You have a you problem. You are the problem. So anyway, we met and I started doing the work. And then I came into other rooms like this one. Like Sex and Love Anonymous, like all the rooms, like every single room, Cocaine Anonymous, any room I can get my hand on, I'm in. And she just didn't do that. She just started to pick up another alcoholic and a crack pipe. You hear me? Because when you run away, You're not going to build your best self, and you're not going to build the consciousness of your belief system. You are going to stay in the intergenerational curse of alcoholism. Some it's not a curse. I use that word lightly because it's a blessing for me, man. My life is way better than those people outside of the rooms. Like, go deep. My life is really good. Just now, right before I came over, my neighbor, a neighbor I like, some of you know my story. I've got a lot of neighbors, not the ones that are teaching me these really hard life lessons, but another one that's a good friend. She came to drop me off something. I said, come in and have something to eat. And she brought her partner. And I said, we were talking about our day. And I said, I was going to go do this talk. Consciousness of our belief. And I said, hey, sir, what's the consciousness of your belief system? Why are you here on planet Earth? Well, I might as well have dropped an atomic bomb on the porch. What are you talking about? I need to talk about the war in Ukraine. I need to talk about my prime minister. I need that way. What? That's a big conversation, Nikki. And I said, I guess we won't be seeing each other much. See, the consciousness of my belief system is I don't want to know, how are you? What about that war? How's the weather? I want to know, why do you exist? What the hell are you doing on planet Earth? What is the consciousness of your belief system? What is your new attitude that our book talks about? It says you are trying to get a new attitude. What's your new attitude? Because this guy said he lost his job at COVID. A lot of people in Canada, I'm in Canada, lost their jobs, blah, blah, blah. And he's working again. He goes, oh, I hate my job, blah, blah. And I'm like, wait, what? See, I'm a soul surgeon. The consciousness of my belief came to me. So I'm a soul surgeon. And some of you know that things aren't working out very well with my neighbors, AKA the teachers. So now, after going to the properly appointed authority, my lawyer, I'm a lawyer now. I'm going to represent myself. He's going to help me. We talked about it. See, the consciousness of my belief system doesn't say, Nikki, you need to go to, you're in the UK, what is it, Oxford, to become a lawyer or doctor. The consciousness of my belief system says I got a PhD from the School of Hard Knocks because I was busy blotting out the consciousness of my existence for decades. And now that I'm not, I'm conscious to the fact that, wow, that the great reality is deep down inside of me, that I tapped power. Oh, that's right. The consciousness of my belief that I have to remember always that my sex powers are God-given and not to be used lightly. Is that your consciousness, or are you just sober and sleeping with every newcomer I bring into the room, friend? And I'm not just talking to the men, ladies, because something happened to the ladies and they're worse than the men sometimes, yo. Trying to find a husband, as my sponsor says in a 12-step room, is like, what, going to the junkyard for a brand new Bugatti. You're not going to find it. This is serious stuff. But I need a husband. Some of you in AA aren't even real alcoholics. You're type 2s. What does that mean, Nikki? Because that's the girl that I just got fired from. Oh, she's a type 3, maybe for the second, but for sufficient reason, going to jail, getting pregnant. Some of you will stop drinking. Some of you, you'll lose your job. You'll go to meetings and you'll toe the line and you'll go to 5,000 meetings every week and you won't sponsor and you'll sit there and none of the miracles will come true for you. You're in mediocre recovery. You don't have a job. You're literally on what we call in my country ODSP, Ontario Disability Assistance Program. And the only problem with you is that you've got alcoholism. You're not disabled. You're just lazy and you're irresponsible. It's true stories, facts. See, when you come in here and you sponsor like I do, you live on page 90. That's how the consciousness of your belief system comes in. Page 90 says, I have to get interested in people. I need to be interested in, why are you on planet Earth? To work and retire? And what, dude? You just left that building, and these aren't the Tartarian beautiful buildings that they have in Europe. They destroyed them all in North America, so you're in a box with some windows. You guys have like laser designed They tried to tell us. You see what they tried to program us into? We're the smartest people in the planet in 2025 to walk around. Go deep. Go deep. Everything you've been taught is a lie. Sweep away the conscious. Wait, let's just read it right now. Not the consciousness of your old belief system, but here it is. Page 55 says every day you need to sweep away your prejudice. See, I was like, yeah, Justin Trudeau's going to be the best prime minister ever because I didn't know anything about it. But after sweeping away all my prejudice and experiencing life with this guy, wow. I don't know if he's the best prime minister ever. Are you sweeping away your your prejudice every day? I don't know if I like Vegemite. Nikki, have you tried it? To you Australians, I have, and it's shit. So I can talk on it. I hate it. I hate Vegemite. The hell is that? Go deeper. Are you thinking honestly? Okay, go deep. Think honestly. They want me to believe that Katy Perry and Oprah Winfrey's best friend just went to space and I can't call my sponsee Josh in Spain and get a clear connection some days if I walk around my house? Wait, can you make that make sense? The consciousness of your belief system. Google the word bamboozled. You've all been bamboozled. See, we're powerful. You're not powerful when you're on alcohol. You're not powerful when you're dead asleep, blotting out the consciousness of your existence with Netflix and those sexy text messages and that late night pizza. Go deep. This is going to be a fun talk. Are you sweeping your prejudice, thinking honestly, and go deep? This is the deepest one because you need a new belief system. So you have to search diligently within yourself. I like to search diligently within, well, this is a long time ago. So women, you do not need to hold on to your husbands because I don't want them ever, ever. Because the consciousness of my belief system has changed. But my old belief system had me searching diligently for my belief system in your husband's pants. Oh, and in his bank account, because I like to take that too. Like, are we awake? Where are you searching for your belief system? Because let's remind everybody, because we got a new friend on here who came out of rehab and's been to 7. You are not going to find your belief system in rehab. You're not going to find it in another, retreat. Eat, love, and pray retreat, you ladies. Guys, a golf trip. I need to get on the jet skis. Then I'll find the consciousness of my belief when I'm skydiving, Nikki. You sure about that? Because you got to search diligently within yourself and go deep. It says, see where religious people are right. And I didn't see a radical Jew named Jesus skydiving. I saw him sitting quietly. I saw the Buddha sitting very quietly under a tree. And I actually saw Gandhi not eating for days. So if you're a faster, like me and my friend Lotus, don't have opinions unless you tried it. Because we'll fast. Not only will we not eat, we'll turn off the TV. We'll disconnect. So the consciousness, so we can hear clearly. So I'm not listening to, oh my God, every 5 minutes a podcast because I can't sit alone with my thoughts. Go deep. See, when you only seek to escape, you stop remembering who you were meant to be. When you seek to escape, you stop remembering who you are. My book says that God is deep down inside of me. So when I do the math and God gave me brains to use and I come to the conclusion that if God's inside of me, like my sponsor says, I'm a little G that defecates. I'm a little G. I'm a little God that walks around and poops and poo-poo. But I'm a God. You can be too. Some of you know I have a boyfriend that lives in Luxembourg. Supposed to be my husband. See, again, a supposed to be. Well, not now, Nikki, because the consciousness of your belief says God's in charge. But I'll never forget when I met him and he said, I'm special. And some of you have heard me say this, and I'm like, sir, I only speak English. And in English, when you say that, it's very arrogant. People think that's very arrogant when you walk around and go, I'm special. And he kept doing it. And then one day I started doing it. And you know what? I am so special, my God. I had no idea how special I was. And so are you, but we've been programmed to think that we need to go through somebody to get to God. Are you in that kind of religious doctrine that you have to go through something to get the power? Go deep, because it's inside of you. You don't got to go anywhere but inside. Now, I'm not knocking your religions, but they didn't work for you, because if they did, you wouldn't be on this meeting. Straight up. Straight up. If your Bible, if your Torah with your 613 rules, my Jewish friends worked for you, my Muslims, my Habibis, if it worked, you wouldn't be here. You'd be in your mosque getting on your knees 5 times a day, because that doesn't work. It helps temporarily. But see, you need a new belief system, because your belief system that you've been spending all those years with Nona rubbing your rosary, you don't get a new belief system by osmosis, my friends. You get it through working the 12 steps every damn day. Every day, you need to wake up and smash the idea that you are not like anyone on the planet. Like, go deep. Did the consciousness of your belief system tell you that you're like Joe Blow? Oh, I'm like Bill W, Nikki. I'm like Joe and Charlie. I'm like Mildred. I'm like, these. No, you're not. You suffer the same. You've lost the same. You're beyond human aid, but you're laser designed by God with special gifts. Remember, our behavior patterns vary. No 2 DNAs are the same, and no 2 fingerprints are the same. That's why they fingerprint you, because you're laser designed, perfect, individual. So stop trying to conform into a belief system that doesn't work for you anymore. See, you can't just stop drinking. You have to stop sleeping with women you don't intend to marry, sir. Ladies, why are you bringing men around your children that aren't with God? Because my book says any life run on self-will can hardly be a success. Boom. Telescope. Any life run on self-will can hardly be a success. So if you are around people and their life is run on self-will, and it's very easy to differentiate the truth on that. If their life is run on self-will, then it won't be a success. So why, mommy, are you worried about your son who's in the hospital getting his leg amputated? Seriously. And I love this mom. I hope you're here today, because you work Monday through Friday, so it's a Saturday talk. And you cried. And I said, what's really the problem here? And you're not young. You're 60. You're a grandma. Your son's 30 something. And you said like this, my son's not supposed to be an alcoholic. I'm not supposed to be the mother of an alcoholic, but you're an alcoholic. I said to her. And your mom probably said the same thing, that my beautiful daughter's not supposed to be an alcoholic, just like I'm not supposed to be on here today. I'm supposed to be in Luxembourg being a wife. But that's not what God had planned. You see, we made a sincere decision every day. Oh, and she cried. And I cried with her, because I said, this is what God gave you. So accept it. And everybody, don't wait. Oh, I'm too big bad. I've been here for 30 years, Nikki. I don't read the stories. I don't read acceptance. Well, you better know it, because when COVID hits, or you get the knock at the door that your son has overdosed, it's going to be too late to read acceptance is the answer to all my problems. But see, I read it ahead of time. See, the consciousness of my belief system was changed ahead of time. So when COVID hit and I lost my job and I lost my rights and I couldn't see the man I love, and I told my daughter, I'm never getting the pokey pokey. I will never come and see you in California again, our home. What did I say? She said, okay, because the consciousness of my belief system. And what is the consciousness? Because one of you guys did this to me. You burned into my consciousness that I'm going to get well, regardless of anyone or anything. You told me to stay. You told me to work all 12 steps. You told me never to go into another room, Cameron. You said all I had and needed was in my 30-page bare bones big book sponsorship workbook guide that you gave me. You never told me to go and make an amends. You said, go create your own 100 and the consciousness of your belief system will come, because you will have to make an amends when you tell. God, I see a lot of sponsees on here. When you tell all these zillion faces, go and make it right. And so then eventually I had to make all the amends, and I'm still working on it. Why? Because it's changed behavior, not words. It's not about, this is so radical. That's why we're going to see a lot of our friends die. We're going to see a lot of our friends just pick up chips and throw stones at you for seeking the consciousness of your belief system, for going, that's not in the book. Where did you learn that? Or they haven't read their book. They haven't read their book. They're parrots. They're rinsing and repeating what they've heard over and over again without any consciousness, without knowing, without being armed with the facts about what they're here to do. It's really radical. So every day you're here to get a relationship with God. That's who you're here to get a relationship. You know, you're here. Your inner authority is God. Not what the room said, not what your church said, not, you can go and get those things, but they didn't work for you, you guys. I really want to wake up your belief system here. Why are you doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result? See, the most important part is you're not broken. You're not broken. You're disconnected from the power. You're not broken. You're not those 7 deadly sins. You're really the fruits of the Spirit, but you forgot. Because boy, doesn't that alcohol feel good? Doesn't it feel good? Doesn't the drugs feel good? Doesn't the men and the money and the women, doesn't that flesh rubbing on you feel good? And so we forget. We're here on Earth School. I think our friend Bill Wilson, and some of you guys are more schooled in that department, but this is just kindergarten. I've been here 13 years and I'm like, what was I saying the past 12 years? Someone burned those old recordings, because I don't know what the hell I said. I don't know what my belief system was then. And now I'm waking up more. You're just disconnected. But the moment you choose every day to what? Let's run through this, because we got about 15 more minutes. So, Nikki, how do I get a new belief system? Number 1, you don't leave the rooms and you get a sponsor and a big book. You don't believe someone when they say, now you can get another book or go to another fellowship. I did a pop-up meeting yesterday. The girl is an alcoholic. She's finding out she's a sex and love addict. And my true belief, she's my grand sponsee, is that was always her first addiction. Go deep. Go deep. Your parents aren't there. They're blotting out their existence. You just want to be loved. You want to be held. Nikki, I have to do inner child work. The 12 steps is inner child work. Nikki, I need to do shadow work. The 12 steps is shadow work. That's your inventory every day, you weirdos. Every day you're doing shadow work. Every day you're doing inner child work. This is the most, I need to do a mindfulness course, Nikki. I need to meditate. That's what we do here all day. If you really did the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous and lived this lifestyle, which you will never do perfect, you will ascend like the masters I mentioned before, the Buddha, Gandhi, Moses, Jesus Christos. But that's perfection. And our book says, come on, I just named 4 people, and that's probably all I can name. There's not a lot. There's billions of people. So that's not for us. What's for you? Let the consciousness of your belief system every day. I am powerless over my crazy thinking. Because one day you will have power over alcohol. Don't let them keep convincing you, people, 20 years later, I'm an alcoholic. No, you've recovered from a seemingly hopeless state of mind and body. And you are a child of God. You're an intelligent agent spearhead, but you do have the power of choice back. So watch your words. Watch what we're telling the newcomers. Now, if you fall asleep, you will be powerless over. And if you don't have a belief system that works for you, you will never be able to resist anything, including I need to die. I'm no good. No one loves me. I'm a piece of shit. Negative self-talk is where we go in this disease, and it's lies. So every day, smash the idea that you're like anyone else. And remember, don't look out into people, look into you, because our behavior patterns vary. Okay? You're beyond human aid. So you can go and waste your money, friend, on here on your 8th rehab. But the reality of the matter is, you need to make a decision every day. So the consciousness of your belief system. And how do you do that? Sweep away your prejudice every day. Think honestly and search diligently within yourself. Everybody, if you're listening to this at a later time and it's recorded and it's 2060, we are in 2025 and the world's really weird right now. There's an energy out there and it's not like anything we've ever experienced. Seriously, wake everybody up, starseeds. We're more than just alcoholic addicts. We're star seeds. Come on. We're light workers. Okay? The longer you wait, the harder it is to find yourself again. The longer you put off doing this work, the harder it's going to be. And you're going to wind up like my friend who I met 13 years ago in Al-Anon, who now qualifies even more than me for every addiction. Like every addiction. I qualify for most, but not all. She does all. So the longer you put it off, so every day you're going to make a decision to what? To be a starseed, to be an intelligent agent spearhead. How about this? To mind your business, moms and dads. But he's my son. Sorry, last time I looked, he was 30. That makes him a grown adult. Do you want to serve his jail time for him too, Mom? But he's my son. Let me do his jail time. Like, wake your spirit up, weirdo. You want to be his mom when it's convenient, but if you had to do his jail time or you had to sleep with his ugly girlfriend, you wouldn't do it. So shut up and mind your business, Mom. Like, wake people up. Seriously. Where was I going after the ugly girlfriend? Oh, I was going to every day. You're going to do a searching and fearless moral inventory of yourself. Moral inventory. Let's talk about it, because when Chanel said, Nikki, will you come and speak sometime at the lounge? I said, well, yeah, I want to do step 5. And then somehow I got here today, but I'm coming back for step 5 because step 4 says moral, but everyone's talking about their actions. Is that your belief system? That you're not smart enough to read directions? Because if you read and Google the words, it says moral, and your morals are that you're disconnected from a power greater than yourself. And these steps will design you to top that power again. Like, they're designed to get you back to that power. So why did I want to do step 5? Because I think it's really important that everyone starts talking to the right people about your moral inventory. See, you're going to catch a resentment when you tell the wrong person the wrong things or the right things. because not everybody understands what we're driving at. You can tell me something, I'm going to go, yeah, I did that too. Sometimes if you tell me something, I might scream because I'm trying to wake up your soul. Not because I hate you, but because you're dead. You're dead asleep in your soul in your meat suit. You're dead asleep. Remember, you're a soul. We're entering a spirit world. So every day you're doing this, you're talking to the right people because you have a new belief system. You don't hang out there anymore because you have a new belief system. You don't lose your mind like that anymore, Nikki, because you have a new belief system. You pause when you're agitated. You call the right people when you're agitated. You relax and you take it easy because you have a new belief system, because you know that fear and worry is fake news and that none of this is real. You're in a matrix. Why is she talking about a matrix when we're in an AA meeting? Because the consciousness of your belief is coming to you. Because I'm in a spirit world, but we all just want to talk about alcohol. When we entered a spirit world, we need more talks like this. So someone on here, reach out to Chanel and get on here to talk about the spirit world. I already gave her your number, Josh, so you're up next. Well, whenever. Because why? Because we got to talk about the spirit world. We got to talk about the solution, not the problem, because that keeps us sick. So let's go deeper. Step 6 and 7, every day. Every day, I'm willing to stop doing what I want to do. And every day, I'm willing to get humble and start doing the things I don't want to do. I'm going to read Drop the Rock, Nikki. That's a book. If you're new, that's a step 6, 7 book. Great. But what action are you going to take? I'm going to be more loving, Nikki. What action are you going to take? I'm going to be more patient, Nikki. What action are you going to take? See, the action I took is not to get on a plane all summer. Because normally I go to Europe and I've got some big issues next door with my neighbors, who my new belief system has me calling them my teachers. And after my visit with the properly appointed authority the other day, the lawyer, and I realized I'm running out of money, guess what? I told you guys, I'm a lawyer now. I'm a lawyer now. He's going to coach me. I just had to pay a little money, but he's going to coach me. And you know what he said? I can do it. I can do this. See, because they convinced me out there that I have to go to Harvard and pay $1 zillion to get a law degree. But there's many people on the planet who represent themselves in a court of law when you're armed with the facts, when you stand tall as God's people, when you don't shrink, when you go in there and you speak big book and you tell the court that my neighbors are not towing the line. You see, I speak big book. And then all of a sudden I get smarter and prettier and faster and funnier, and it's so awesome. Okay, so now we're at step 8. And it's interesting because I just have like a box of my new favorite little humans that I took through the steps recently. And on their list, just like mine, make a list of all the people you've harmed, because you do it on step 4. Because the consciousness of my belief came to me. And when it did, I realized I harmed the entire human race. See, because I'm you and you're me. See, the consciousness of my belief came, and I'm you and you're me. That's radical. But the book says, we urge you to try our program. Go deep. This is a program. What were you programmed with? Everybody, if we're going to do sharebacks, I never want to hear thank you, Nikki. Please, not today. Let's hear. I don't know how this meeting goes if we do it, but message me. Talk in your meetings about it. Which is, well, where was I going? What question was I going to ask? God, the menopause too. See? Oh, what has programmed you? See, they program me to think that when I have menopause, I'm going to get brain fog. So I keep repeating that. But maybe it's just I'm weird and I'm not paying attention. But they program me to blame the menopause. Why not just blame your little pea-sized brain, Nikki, that you're like a squirrel, and if you look at something, you get sidetracked? Do you see the programming? The programming. They programmed me to think that I needed to work and not raise my kids. That was a lie from the pit of hell. They programmed me that I didn't need a husband and I needed to go to work like the men. And the consciousness of my belief system came to me and said, that was a lie. Where are these women who did that feminist movement? Because I'd rather cook, clean. I'd rather take care of my babies than put them in daycare. But see, I didn't have that consciousness of my belief. I listened to the programming. So I went back in and told my daughter, everything I taught you is a lie from the pit of hell. You do need men. You do need husbands. We do need women to care for children at home and not pay somebody who doesn't care to raise them. You understand? You need to make your baby now, Haley, so I'm not 85 because I still can run around and change a diaper. The consciousness of your belief system, because I was programmed to tell my daughter, don't have any children. I was programmed, go live your life and just go to Bali and surf all day. You see what we've been programmed into, you guys? Go deep. This goes deep. I can't talk. It's like the guy on the porch just now. That's too deep, Nikki. I don't want to talk about that. Or when I asked my real brother, not you guys on here, but my real brother, what's your belief system about God? And he goes, that's a private conversation, Nikki. I don't discuss that. You don't discuss that? You're the captain of a nuclear-powered submarine in the United States military, and you won't discuss God with me? Like, so we don't talk much. Because I accept people where they're at. And I know I can be too much. I'm armed with the facts about myself. So what have I done? I found people who want to talk about that. And it seems there's 61 people who still want to hear about it. And I'm grateful. So my list is the human race. Step 9, I make amends. And that is living this program every day and walking the talk. My deportment shouts. A friend in the room recently, I hope you listened to this one day, you accused me of something. You've been in my home. You have actually a key to my home. You actually babysit my mom when I'm out of town, and you accuse me of something. Then guess what? You see, are you even paying attention to your audience? Has the consciousness of your belief come to you? Or are you just robotic going through, saying things, unthinking, not being conscious, just spewing things out of your mouth? You see, this is deep. This is deep. So we went through steps 1 through 9, and that's the program. That's how you get to the consciousness of your belief system, is working steps 1 through 9 every day. Step 10 is watching and doing these things every day. So step 10 is steps 1 through 9 all damn day. Step 11 is doing what me and my star seeds do. We seek God. My friend on here, sometimes you and I meet at the med beds. Remember, in the planet? What is it? Is it the Palladians? I can't remember what planet takes us there, but we meet in the med beds. And you know what he says to me? I'll meet you there tonight, Nikki. And he's my daughter's age. And he doesn't make fun of me. He doesn't roll his eyes. He loves me. Where I'm at, how I am, the way God made me. And then so we step 11 together by seeking God. And another weirdo on here, you and I do that all the time. You even got a weird name, Lotus. And then you got a starseed name. And then step 12, we do this, we give it away. Because every Saturday, Chanel, you should know, I have spent 4 years when I lost my job in COVID volunteering at the Salvation Army. A lot of you are on my WhatsApp group, and I'll send videos of me and my friends serving 200 of the community. It's not just for homeless. We want the community there. We want you in your Bugatti because we want you to eat with the homeless guy and show him he's just as important as you are. So come down. But this summer I said, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to enjoy my summer and enjoy a day off outside of that kitchen. And I'm here in my bedroom talking to you guys because I can't get away from service because the consciousness of my belief has come to me. I'm a servant of God. I thought being Madonna was the highest title on the planet, but it was being a servant of God. See, that's why it's all, we've been bamboozled. I know, Everly, you said to put it in the chat, maybe after bamboozled, Google it. We've been like the wool has been pulled over our eyes. We are so powerful. But if we don't do this work, we're powerless. We are so special. But if we don't do this work and stay here and spread the spirit message that comes out of the undiluted big book, 4th edition, then we could be not servants, we could actually be participating in murder. Because we're here on planet Earth to wake ourselves up. So what is the consciousness of your belief system? And I'll end it here. Our book very carefully tells us this is simple, but it's not easy. And a price has to be paid. And they use the word destruction of self. So stay here with me and my friends, because again, this is not easy. It gets harder. And the more you blot out the consciousness of your existence, the further you get away you get from God, from yourself, and from others. I love you. Boop, boop, be doo.